What up, everybody? Welcome back to Comic Book Hall Show. It's going to be a short show. That's what she said. Comic Joel, everybody.
Tigah. Tigah. Bird. Birdie. Birdie.
Hold on, Robin. Tight. I'll ease you back up to the ledge.
Sick!
RJ, how's it going, RJ?
Comic Joel, everybody. So, Robin Joel's going to be the guest, but not really. We're going to have Illis Illuminati next week, but we're doing just a Comic Hall show today because we have a big event tonight live at Coffin Comics, so don't miss that. That'll be fun in about 6 hours. So we're just going to show our books. I got a lot, too. God, I have so many.
Yeah, it was a surprisingly large week for me as well.
I have like 60 books.
God dang. Well, you better get started then.
Comic Joel, everybody. Comic Joel?
All right, Bill. All right, well, I'm going then.
All right.
First up is High Republic.
Oh, it's not taped.
Part 5. I don't know if anybody's reading it, but it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it is good. It is good. Scree is his name. This is really good. Oh, man. You guys need to get this. Spider Shadow number 2. Next. Oh, wait. Sorry. I have another one.
This is Ice Cream Man, number 24. And the variant.
Show him the one I have at my store.
Oh, it's in a box somewhere already. You don't have one right there?
I have to get up.
Gonna make me do all the work on it, baby.
Comic Joel, everybody. Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters, number 13. I need to read this. Okay, so this...
For anybody that doesn't already have it, this is the Chin Potter cover for Ice Cream Man.
30 bucks.
Tell them where it's available at, Bill.
Economicsandcomics.com. 30 bucks. There's 8 left. 8 left. This is the Heroes. Thank you, Comic Joel. This is the Heroes Reborn trading card cover and the homage cover to Silver Surfer 4. That's a good book too.
Geiger number 2. Is this cover A, Comic Bill? I can't remember.
Yeah.
There's lots of covers.
You wanted cover A, right?
I don't remember.
Well,
I haven't read it yet. I need to read that.
X Corp regular cover. And the Scotty Young. I hated this book.
But you got it anyways?
Well, because the store, I pre-ordered it. People ordered it. I ordered extra, just in case.
This is Red Sonja and the Superpowers number 5. Number 5. Perio cover.
Amazing Spider-Man King's Ransom. I haven't read it yet, but here are the 2 covers. Comic Joel.
G.I. Joe 281. And I guess this is the new character on the front cover there. So.
Guardians of the Galaxy number 14. Dr. Doom joins the team. Dr. Doom's everywhere right now.
Vampirella Purgatory number 3. That's a pretty good Derek Chew cover.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Peter Parker, the Amazing Shutterbug. I need to read this too. I read about 5 comics yesterday, but I've been so busy. Comic Joel, babe.
Maniac of New York, number 4.
You can tell I'm tired, I think.
Yeah. Baby Billy hasn't had his nap yet.
Children of the Atom, number 3. That's a good idea. I'm going to take a nap.
This is Stake number 3. This is that black and white cover.
You had to order.
The art inside is pretty cool. It's similar to this, where it's a lot of black and white, but with splashes of color.
Department of Truth.
Whoa, that's a lot of copies of that.
I'm sick.
You promised me Darkness number 2.
Nuh-uh. Comic Joel, babe. G.I. Joe, Real American Guerrero. First appearance, possibly?
Silk number 3. Supposedly that's the first appearance of whoever that is on the cover.
FF number 32. You know, it's funny as RJ's like, you heard it here first. Dude. We all knew he was coming, buddy.
Oh, yeah. R-Dub won big time, didn't he, on that? Joker number 3. And the playing card cover. I did not really care for cover A, so I didn't even pick it up.
Silk. Silk and silver coin.
Is that silver coin's a second printing or something?
Number 2.
Or is it just issue 2?
Number 2. You said you didn't want it, Comic Joel.
Yeah, I didn't read. I looked through the first one, and it didn't look that good to me. So
I want to know if Submariner comes first. That's what she said. Silver City. Ha, beat you.
Wonder Woman 772.
Joel's running out of comics.
That's the Middleton cover. Yeah, starting to get toward the end.
Hyperion, the Imperial Guard variant. I am poopied.
Festival of Heroes. It even says first appearance of the Monkey King or Monkey Prince, whoever that is.
First appearance, Comic Joel.
Yep.
Okay, here's a couple dynamites. Red Sonja Superpowers Yoon cover. Joel didn't want that, so.
No.
And
I wanted the Linsner cover, and Comic Bill said, no, I can't have it.
you wanted this.
Yeah.
I only got one, though. For some reason, you didn't tell me. And the Chew. Comic Bill.
This is that $1 comic, Hank Howard Pizza Detective.
Oh, my God.
And I guess if your store has it, pick it up because they're supposed to only be selling it for 1 day. So.
Mm-hmm. House of Lost Horizons #1. And Home #1. I think there's a second print. Comic Joel.
That John Royal cover for Arrow Psyche. It's a pretty good cover. A lot of his art is pretty good. He's been doing the 1 in 10 G.I. Joes, which I have not been able to get hold of. But
Book of the Week. Junkie Cable.
mine's better.
Oh, look at Comic Joel. Junkie Cable. Book of the Week. Resistance Uprising #Deuce. Comic Joel, this was in my diamond, but I don't know. I didn't order it. Black Hammer Visions #4. Guess what else? No.
Time before time.
Comic Joel.
That was my last one. But that's a lot of books for me.
Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters number 13 Crimson cover. Another copy of Silver City. You're done?
Yeah, that was my last one.
Loser. Spider-Woman number 12. I made a mistake in my review. I said that she cuts his hand off, but his brother actually cuts his hand off. All right. There's a first appearance in here of a new hut, I believe. Magar or something. Then I got my set of Ice Cream Man. Comic Joel, this cover was great. This Black Cat cover.
Yeah, it was really cool. I just stopped getting those.
Maniac. Time Before Time. ×2. I'm going to quick it because I still haven't even got to Detective yet. Vampirella, Purgatory, blah, 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 blah. Another Spider-Woman. Comic Joel got cover A and screwed me out of my 1 covers each because he didn't want them. So now I have B, C, and D.
I would have taken those. You didn't tell me you had them.
You said in your list, Geiger. That's all you put.
Yeah.
You want these other ones?
No.
See, you're live on TV.
Well, I pre-ordered that Linsner cover and didn't get it.
No. Here's some sort of FOC, Britsonia. There's an FOC Vamp. And a Vamp Purgatory. And whatever this is. And another Star Wars. And another Spider-Man Shadows. God, I love Spider-Man Shadows. Okay. Well, I have a stack of DC because I don't get to. My shipment, I finally got Lunar. My first shipment comes tomorrow. So I had to get my last purchase of DC at the comic store today, even though I already pre-ordered them all. Now I have a Lunar account. You guys, I set up something on Friday for FOC at my store. There's going to be 3 packs and then everything else, right? But there's a indie pack with 5 indie number 1s. There's a Marvel pack with 3 number 1s. And there's going to be a Batman pack with 4 Batman-related comics. Pretty cool, I think. All right, Festivals of Heroes, Art Germ. Urban Legends, ridiculously priced. Variant. Regular. I almost didn't buy these. It's under $24 right there. The Joker, there it is. The variant. The other variant. Superman 31 variant. Wonder Woman 772 variant. Comic Joel, everybody. Batman Detective number 2. I'm excited to read this. I like number 1 variant. Future State variant number 1. Gotham.
There was a lot of DC books this week.
Yep, Superman 31. Challenge of the Super Sons variant. Justice League Ride number 1. Next. Jesus, guys. Some bitch. Wonder Woman 772 regular cover. You Promised Me Sickness. Batman Detective number 1 regular. Gotham number 1 regular. Super Sons number 1 regular. Justice League Last Ride number 1 regular. Stake number 3. Another Junkie Cable because I like it. Arrow Psych variant. The $1 Bad Idea comic. And the 1 in 25 Joker cover. And
it says sick on the cover.
I didn't see that. Comic Joel, everybody. They're trying to they want me to say it. I know they did. And then I got two of the secret variants.
Comic Bill.
2 of the secrets. And the High Republic 1 in 25. Love that cover.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Love the colors.
I think the Rancors are going to be on the next issue on the cover of just the regular A.
The Rancor was right there. Oh.
I know, but it's like a pretty cool one too, the next issue.
I'm the Batman, and I approve this message.
That's it. Okay, so that was 16 minutes.
Dang.
You are the guest kind of today, even though it's not a guest. So.
Oh, I am a guest, Comic Bill.
It says guest Rob and Joel.
I'm the VIP guest.
Yes, VIP, Comic Joel. So if you guys have questions for Comic Joel, begin now.
RJ, you're missing out. It's actually pretty decent, that High Republic. I'm not reading the High Republic Adventures, just the regular version, just the regular series. They have no questions for me, Comic Bill. Everybody's already asked me everything they want to know. Comic Joel is an open book. There are no secrets.
Comic Joel, everybody. Question time.
That is not a question. That is just a obscene comment. Did you honestly like that first Venom movie, Eddie? On a scale of 1 to 10. I haven't seen the Venom 2 trailer. I try not to watch trailers because I have to review the movie, so the trailers usually spoil way too much. Oh, Hellraiser is one of the greatest horror movies of all time, in my opinion. One of my absolute favorites. They just don't do horror movies like they did in the 80s. Of course, that particular movie was very much ahead of its time. And in case, just for fun, in case anybody doesn't know, that when the first Hellraiser came out in, what was it, 87, it became so popular, and that the studios immediately greenlit a sequel, and they wanted to rush the sequel as soon as possible because that first one did so well in the theater. But the producers didn't actually know what it was that people liked so much about that first movie. And it turns out it was the Cenobites, the villains, are what was so popular. So in the second one, they actually didn't really focus that much on the villains because they didn't know that was what was the most enticing part about that. So then when you start seeing things like Hellraiser 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, they started adding new villains and putting more of them in there. Of course, the quality just started going way downhill. So those films just started being really terrible. But they did increase the number of Cenobites and the different types and things, although they didn't necessarily get better. And then by the time you get to Hellraiser 5, 6, 7, 8, those actually were screenplays for non-Hellraiser movies, that they actually just took the screenplay that was an existing script they already had and just put Pinhead in it and said, okay, it's a Hellraiser movie now. So that's why those movies are terrible and don't really add or have anything to do with that Hellraiser universe. And the novel's pretty good too. Hellbound Heart, if anybody likes to read regular books. Event Horizon's pretty good. I don't know if it's the scariest movie ever, but
that is not the scary. It's good, but come on.
I mean, that's another one that shocked a lot of people when that first came out, especially the segments of the ship after it had gone to hell and back, and they had the video they were watching where everybody's dying and stuff. Yeah, no, Event Horizon's a pretty phenomenal film for what it was. I guess at the time it was considered pretty scary. I don't know that in today's standards all that scary, but yes, Beaver steaming for life. GT Key Comics, you know it. But I think Hellraiser's a better film than Event Horizon. Also, one of my absolute favorites is John Carpenter's The Thing. I mean, it's sci-fi horror, but it's definitely one of my favorites. And of course, Alien. That's kind of the top of the line when it comes to the old school 80s horror. I need to go back and watch Jeepers Creepers again. It's been too long. Tim Curry. For what? For Legend? Yeah, I was always wondering that if McReady was from, if you had taken that name from there. But I thought maybe that was just your real name. Yeah, that current Alien run, I think they've captured kind of a little bit of that feel of maybe Aliens. We'll see where it goes. It's one of the setup is okay. I like the setting, the location, and the action, but I feel like it's very possible that story is going to just kind of devolve into the kind of the same type of thing we've seen a million times. Eddie, always the comedian. Yeah, the ending of John Carpenter's The Thing is so good. I love that movie. Also, the fact that all of the effects, for the most part, there was a little bit of stop motion, but the majority of the effects were all, there's no CG. It's all actual effects, practical effects. It holds up so well, and that's one of the things that a lot of modern, 2000s and beyond, that the movies are so heavily laden with CG that when you go back and watch it, it doesn't hold up. It looks terrible. No, I hadn't heard about that. They did sort of try to reboot it with that girl from I can't remember what she was in. She's from 10. I think she was a star in 10 Cloverfield Lane, and what was that movie with Michael Cera, where he's has to fight a bunch of different people. Anyways, that girl, she was in that sort of a continuation of The Thing, but I don't think it did very well, so it never went anywhere. I thought that reboot Halloween was pretty decent. The Shocker, is that the Wes Craven one, or the guy who gets electrocuted? Mary Elizabeth Winstead, that's the one. Yeah, that's the actress. Scott Pilgrim in the something or other, whatever that movie was called, she was in that. Yeah, Army of the Dead, I'm getting a screening for that soon. I think it just comes out on Netflix though, anyways. Oh, Cabin in the Woods. Yeah, that's kind of a fun movie. It's doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense, but I like that it's sort of a parody of of that genre, really. I really thought in that Halloween they were going to take it in a really cool direction where I don't. Did anybody ever see what was that movie called? It was the movie where Cronenberg was the villain. Where he was an actor. He was a serial killer. Man, I can't remember what that movie called now. Help me out, Bill. What's that movie? Was it Nightbreed? It might have been Nightbreed, right? Where Cronenberg was the actual villain and he was going around killing people. But anyways, I thought they were going to do that in that Halloween. And have actually that doctor be the one that's going around killing people instead of Michael Myers. I thought that would have been way cooler, and then have Michael Myers come back, midway through or so, and then maybe kill that doctor and then pick up where he was going. But Killer Clowns from Outer Space is amazing. That's another one that's such a bizarre. How did that movie even get made? But I don't know what you're referring to, Comic Bill. This is a kids and family live stream. So yeah, Nightbreed's another. That's one that Barker had done like a 3-hour cut or something, and the studios are like, nope, we're not doing that. So they took it away from him and butchered it and put it out there. And I don't think it was very well received. But apparently, they recently, a couple of years back, they went back and got that original 3-hour, 3.5-hour, whatever the big long cut was, and they put it out. And supposedly it was supposed to be good. I never got a chance to see it, but I'm sure it was better than the original. Yes, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The original is truly a fantastic movie. It holds up so well. Just the fact that all those actors, the way it all seems like it's almost a precursor to that found footage sort of thing, just because everything feels so raw and real. And yeah, I love that original movie. Never really cared for any of the sequels or remakes or anything. I did not like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 at all. That was the one with Dennis Hopper. Fist of Sickness. Is that Comic Bill's movie? Razorback, yeah. The giant killer pig in Australia. Yeah, I wanted to see that director's cut of Nightbreed. I've seen everything, Comic Bill. Candyman is a good movie too. I don't love Candyman the same way everybody else does. I like it. I just yeah, and it's definitely better than a lot of those other slasher films of that era. But I've never really put it at the absolute top. For me, I think Nightmare on Elm Street is the most creative, most interesting of all of those original slasher films. I do like Halloween, and the original Friday the 13th is okay, but yeah, for me, Nightmare on Elm Street is the best one. Yeah, Wicker Man is a classic. I really like that movie. It's one of those films that even if you know what happens, you can still pick up on all kinds of interesting things going back and watching it. It's not scary though, really. I think as far as the horror aspects go, it doesn't necessarily hold up, but just the mood they create, where it's just you're like, what the heck is going on? Everything seems a little off, and yeah, the people dancing with the animal masks. It's a good movie. It's just not. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, saying, oh, this is going to scare you. There was another film, if you like that kind of movie, there's another one called Don't Look Now that has that sort of similar weird feel where everything is kind of dream quality and seems a little off and you're not exactly sure what's going on. I would recommend that one. Exorcist. Yeah, Exorcist is obviously, it deserves all the praise it gets. But for me, I didn't see that as a as a kid. I saw that much later, so it didn't scare me the way I think a lot of it didn't have the impact on me that it probably did for most people, because that got to see it either when they were too young and then it scared the heck out of them, or when it came out in the theater. Best movie of all time. That really changes depending on who I'm talking to. I think I might have mentioned that before, but if I'm talking to somebody who, is either a fellow critic or is really knowledgeable on film, I'll usually say a certain thing that, digging a little deeper into something that maybe not everybody's heard of. But if I'm just talking to, a random person about movies, I can't really, say like a foreign movie or something, and then they'll have no idea what I'm talking about. So I usually kind of gauge it based on that. But I think one of my absolute favorite movies of all time is Vertigo, Hitchcock's Vertigo. If I'm talking to somebody who's into foreign films, Seven Samurai is my absolute favorite foreign film, if not my favorite film. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, Eddie, yeah. If I'm just talking to, like a friend, or if I'm talking to somebody who's like, but if you chat movies with somebody and they say their favorite movie of all time is Fight Club, maybe you immediately know, okay, well, they're not, they're watching modern movies, or they say their favorite movie is Godfather or something. They're not necessarily familiar with the history of film, or going back to the 1900s or anything. And if you say you're, I don't know, but if you start talking about film and they're like, oh, I like Charlie Chaplin, I like Metropolis, I like German Expressionism, then you can be like, oh, okay, so now this person knows a little bit about the history of film, and then you can pick out different things.
Joel, the truth is, old movies suck. Okay, the truth is, old movies suck, Joel.
No, that's not true at all.
It is true.
Old movies are the best movies. The modern movies are what's no
From
good.
76 till now is when we should be talking about movies, because late 70s, early 80s movies are the best freaking movies on earth.
No way. The best movies of all time are in the 40s, 30s.
Get out of here, dude. Joel, put your cane away and dust the dust out of your cooter. We are in the real world here.
Yeah, I mean, if you talk to any
if I talk to any
knowledgeable
comic critic,
30s and 40s, they were where the movies were.
This is what I'm saying, Joel.
Or even earlier, if you go back.
This is going to hurt, Joel. This is going to hurt. But the way you answered the question is very criticky. Well, if I talk to somebody that knows about movies, Joel, I've seen more movies than you have. Okay?
I don't think so.
I have seen more movies than you, Joel. 10 years of movie watching
on you. I'm not familiar with the history of film in the same way as I am, so I can't talk silent movies.
Well, why don't we say, okay, well, what's your favorite movie in regard to production and how it impacted society? That's a different question. What is your favorite movie?
Yeah, but
Seven Samurai is your favorite movie, right?
People ask me that all the time, and I'll say, Seven Samurai. And they're like, "What's that?"
Okay, like, oh, okay, there you go. Great movie, great, good. Michael, listen to me, Michael. I've been very patient with you. You are not going to be a one-hit wonder. We are going to do more. I need my Jessica Rabbit. Let's do this. Love you. So that's our show.
I've overstayed my welcome with all the random movie talk.
Dude, you can't say that the 80s aren't the best movies, dude. I mean, even 70s and 80s. All the best movies came out of there, man. We look back,
only if you're talking about like a certain genre, like like the blockbusters. That wasn't something that even started until
sci-fi. Okay, sci-fi best movies.
Metropolis might be one of the best sci-fi movies of all time, and that's what is that? 1919 or something.
I don't care about that. You put Dune. Well, put Dune next to that, or Star Wars, or forget about it. Those shit on that movie.
Dune is terrible.
What about? Oh my God, Joe. What about Alien? What about horror? Alien horror movies.
Okay,
the 80s was the best, bro.
Yeah, no way.
You know why the problem is, Joe? You were like this big in the 80s, and we were watching. Most of us in here were watching it. We understand.
a lot of people, and not just me, consider things like Psycho and The Birds to be the greatest horror movies of all time. And those are, that's long before the 80s. So
yeah, those guys are good. Those are all good. But, oh my God. That's a fun movie. 70s, 80s.
Yeah, I don't know of anybody that considers that David Lynch Dune to be a good movie. It's not a good movie.
Dude, I fucking love that movie.
It's kind of a cult thing now, but yeah.
Dude, so was Star Wars. No one gives a shit.
No, there's a difference. Dune did not do well on its original release, whereas Star Wars did. In fact, Star Wars was the biggest thing that came out that year, and and ever since, maybe so. Don't tell me Enemy Mine's your favorite movie of all time.
No, but my uncle, I used to live with my uncle for a couple of years, and he loved that movie because I always called him Uncle, and he would Uncle, so I know it very well. Beastmaster, Beastmaster
is better than Enemy Mine.
Oh, come on, dude. It's probably pretty good.
Enemy Mine is one of Wolfgang Petersen's worst movies.
It's just, I'm just saying, like, they're
pulling. But it does have a good following for sure.
Dude, I'm telling you, the 80s were the best, man.
Yeah, 80s had some great movies.
And early 70s too, because I don't want to miss, Godfather and all that shit, Jaws and all that. It's when, this is the thing though, it's when they started fucking with the audience is when movies became good. Because before it was just storytelling, not too.
Yeah, that's what makes a good movie is storytelling.
No, it was just, but it wasn't about pulling you in. It wasn't about.
It's about telling you a story.
Yeah, it's just telling you a story, but not making you feel it to another level. It's like, remember when they introduced like 3D, 4D movie making? It's so stupid. But like throw popcorn at you or the room shakes or something. It's like that. It made a step above. It went a step above.
I think all of that stuff is just gimmicky and not as good as the original.
Well, God damn it, I love gimmicks. You got it.
Look at modern movies. It's nothing but special effects, and they don't know how to tell a story.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The best movies are from 20, 30 years ago. The best
go back even further.
Now all they do is remake those movies over and over and over again. They remake the movies from 70s, 80s over and over. How many times are we going to see The Thing? The first one's the best. And actually, that wasn't even the first one, was it?
No. The original Thing is from what, like 1937 or something?
Yeah. So, the Carpenters was the best. I don't give a shit. That was the best one. Whatever, Joel. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. That's why I hate movie critics. You guys look at it.
Yeah, 12 Angry Men. 12 Angry Men is one of the greatest movies of all time. And that's, what is that, 1930 something?
I was trying to think of my favorite.
That's just, that's storytelling at its finest. You go back and watch that, it's so much better than modern films.
Eddie's
Double Indemnity. I don't know.
Eddie's coming out. Eddie's
Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's 70s, right?
Now that Smokey and Bandit was good, but I like the other one better, where the race across this country, where they have all the actors and it's just like a constant. Best comic story. Oh my god. You know what? There's some really good ones, right? But I really like Stray Dogs right now, so I can't tell you. And it's so simple, Stray Dogs. But something about it that I think is hilarious.
Really? It didn't feel like a comedy thing at all to me.
That's why I think shit's funny like that. It's a bunch of dogs. Like, when I read it, I turn into a dog. Like, I physically pretend like I'm a dog too. So that's the thing about having an imagination, Joel. That's why
sounds like you need a therapist.
Film critics should have imaginations, because you guys are too. I'm going to go after you right now, dude. I'm like in that way. You guys are too cut and dry. Well, you look at it and you're not enjoying it. You're just looking at it.
Yeah, because they're modern movies. I go back and watch something from the 30s. I'm like, wow, this is fantastic, and I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, Joel, there's so many things I can say right now. There's things that I shouldn't say.
You'll never convince me that modern movies are better than
okay, I guess TC's a 20-year-old, like 1920 movies. There's you know what? There's only a couple old movies I like. I got to be honest. Like, and I've seen a lot. But someone was asking what's a favorite Quentin Tarantino movie, and I was thinking about it because I love Kill Bill 1 and 2. Not a lot of people do, but I love it because I like old kung fu movies and I like how he did it. But and every time it gets better and better. But the more you watch the movies, I think of his, they get better depending on what it is. So, you know the Western one?
Either Django or Hateful Eight.
Not Django. They're both good. What was the other one?
Hateful Eight was the
Hateful
the
Eight.
play.
Dude, I could. You know what's so crazy? I could watch that movie over and over, and that is a pure storytelling thing. But the way it's filmed, how they kind of go back to the way things are filmed, and it's probably one of his more boringest movies. But there's something about it where he hits that Western feel. He hits it just right, and I don't know. There's something about that movie that gets me. I'm so weird. I brought that movie up out of nowhere.
Yeah, but as far as westerns go, it doesn't get better than the older movies. Even like spaghetti western, Good, Bad, and the Ugly. The Searchers is probably the greatest western of all time. Have you seen The Searchers?
I like the one where I like old Clint Eastwood movies best. Old Clint Eastwood western. The one I'm not sure if it's the Pale Horse. I don't know. Some of them could be super long.
Pale Rider is one of his.
Yeah, they but the one where
Clint Eastwood's best is Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah, that one's a good too.
But as far as westerns go, The Searchers is the greatest western of all time, and I personally like True Grit. I don't know, not a lot of other people consider that one of the best.
The first one of the new one?
Good God, no, the John Wayne movie.
Yeah,
that remake is terrible.
I'll have to watch The Searchers.
Yeah, that's in my top 5 greatest movies of all time, top 10 at least. Can't remember, but yeah, Searchers is amazing.
Is Alien in there? Aliens?
Alien is probably top 20. I don't know if it made a top 10. It might.
Jesus. See, you got your shit all backwards, bro.
No, you just don't appreciate film the way that I do.
You got your shit backwards. I thought for sure your house has alien shit everywhere, and it's not even in your top 20. That is amazing.
It might be in the top 20.
Or not even your top 10.
But, there's a difference between the greatest movies of all time and, your guilty pleasure movies or movies that you would just throw on and watch in the background or things you'd watch over and over. I'd watch Aliens over and over and over again, but that doesn't mean I consider it the greatest movie of all time. It's just one of the most fun movies to watch over and over. Certain movies, like look at Schindler's List, okay? Undoubtedly a good movie. Could I watch that every day? Absolutely not. It's not a fun movie that you can just throw on and watch every day, but I still recognize that it is a great movie. So that's the difference. I could watch The Thing and Aliens and all that stuff, on a weekly basis, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's the greatest movie ever made. Comic Bill, everybody. Comic Bill. Okay, we got to get going here. You got to take your nap so we can be ready for Coffin Comics.
I was gonna do your exit, but I'm like upset with you right now. Let's do something for Joel here. That's a battleship. Oh fuck. Let's see.
Battleship.
Let's see here. Look at this.
Oh. Guy Pearce is great in just about everything he does.
I'm excited for that new movie. There's another one he's doing. That's what I was saying. Cannonball Run. I love those movies, even though they're stupid. They're so fun to watch.
The Warriors. That's good. Good 80s cult kind of thing. I do agree with it. Fury Road. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. So in real life, John Wayne was supposedly a real piece of shit. I haven't done a whole lot of.
I heard that about Marlon Brando.
But that's the thing, is that, you can't necessarily look at just because he might be a piece of shit doesn't mean his movies were bad. So yeah, it's tough. I mean, can you look at something like Usual Suspects? So Kevin Spacey's a real piece of shit in real life, but can you look at that film and be like, well, that film sucks now? I mean, that's tough.
And he's
Jim, you missed the whole thing. God. Yeah, no, yeah, I've heard John Wayne was not a good person at all, but
they're doing an ASM 300 homage, Eddie. So check it out.
But I mean, even look at Chaplin. Chaplin was supposed to be a real piece of shit in real life too. So, but his movies are fantastic. But I think it's a bit unfortunate. But like the world we live in now, it's kind of like when these people involved, you find out they're terrible people. I guess you're just not supposed to watch their movies anymore, or listen to their music or whatever. But at least with movies, I think it's a little easier to separate because they're acting. They're playing a character. They're not playing themselves.
You know what? See, here's the thing. I'm going to argue that statement. What I've noticed is, I mean, there might be some small differences, but almost every actor is the same fucking person that you see on screen. It's
that's not true.
Oh, dude,
certain people, I agree with that.
They're the greatest actor. They're just being themselves. Like they're just most actors I mean, there's certain. What's his name? The guy that did There Will Be Blood. Now that guy's like the best actor in the world. Okay, what's his name?
Daniel Day-Lewis.
I think he's the best actor I've seen in my lifetime, possibly.
Well, he purposely plays something very different in each role, so sometimes it's almost unrecognizable who you know.
But that's acting. See,
yeah. But I would say
I love De Niro. Okay, don't get me wrong, I love De Niro. But if you see, he's the same fucking thing in every movie. He's the same, even if they're all the same. And I love him to death. But it's the same tone. It's the same looks. He's cast type for his face and his voice, just like Jack, or just like.
But okay, so maybe. But is it like Cary Grant, where he created a character that he plays in every movie, or is he just playing himself in real? Like if you met him in real life, he's just that exact same person. That's the difference. Is somebody like Cary Grant was almost the same character in every movie, but that's not how he was in real life at all. He created a character that he then.
Here's the thing. When you say Cary Grant, I go, who the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm like, okay, well, I guess I can't talk movies with you because you don't know anything about
I know classics. Who you're talking about, but
same with Jimmy Stewart.
The corny lines, the old school shit, the old movie stuff. It's like here's looking at you, kid, or what. Fucking just kill me, dude. Okay, no.
Those movies are the best movies there at Casablanca. That's
Joel, you were born in the wrong generation. I'm telling you right now, you were born in the wrong generation. You should have been born in the Great Depression, bro. You should have been born when you saw a train on video for 1 minute or the sun rising, and you're like, "Oh my god, it's the best thing ever." It's the sunrise. Nosferatu. Oh my God. There's nothing better. What's your favorite movie, Alvin? The Sunrise.
The Apartment. The Apartment's. Yeah, The Apartment's in the.
Oh, is that what the little cockroaches?
Yeah, that's the one. No, it's the Jack Lemmon movie. No, but you probably never.
I do like the old pool movie.
Graduate
with Minnesota Fats. Graduate. That's funny.
You said cool, so I thought.
I do like that movie.
Yeah, you're just too easily impressed. You gotta watch more movies.
I'm too easily impressed.
Things are done.
Those 20 movies, man, impressive.
Joe's Apartment is the cockroach one. Yeah.
Oh, Joe's Apartment. I can't remember the. There's I always bring back this old. We got to go. Come with Joel, everybody.
All right.
Great talk. You guys tonight at 6:30, 9:30 Eastern will be live at Coffin Comics. Don't miss it. It's a special occasion for sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay, comment Joel, everybody. Comment Joel. Okay, now we got that old timer out of here. Let's talk real movies. No, I'm just joking. I don't want to talk. I gotta leave. I got to get ready, sickos. So we'll see you later tonight. Come join the fun. It's going to be crazy. It really is. I'm super excited. There's some cool exclusives too. Stack!
The so-called normal guys who always let you down. Sickos never scare me. At least they're committed.